Hi, I'm Jill Moray, creator of the Knitting Pretty Method, here for the Knitting Channel. And in the next 2 minutes, I am going to show you how you can knit twice as fast for twice as long without any stress or fatigue to your hands, back, or neck. Now, this is the same method I've been teaching in New York, Hollywood, around the world, and on TV for years. This method will enhance your entire knitting experience and have you finishing your projects in record time. So let's just jump right in. So I have my needle and I hold it like a pen in the pillow of my hand, put it through, my needles are perpendicular, I grab my yarn so that it easily goes through my hand and push up the stitches. Now, here we go. Look at how easy this is. Look at how my needles slide and my hands hardly make any movements. The left hand just holds the needle, the right hand holds the yarn and the needle, and there you go. Now, I actually received an email about this. I had a stroke and cannot use my left hand, but I'm now able to knit again using Jill's method. This way of knitting is so easy and comfortable. My grandchildren can now have the joy of getting something from Grandma's hands. Thank you, Clara. And then Belinda writes, I had heard so much about Jill's knitting method and decided to give it a try. Even though I've been knitting for more than 30 years, I can't believe I can now knit more comfortably and more quickly than ever before. Thank you, Belinda. And the emails keep coming in. You know, we all knit because it's so enjoyable. And we all love making things that come from our hands with 2 needles and yarn. Now imagine being able to make more things in less time and enjoy the whole process even more. Well, the Knitting Pretty Knitting Method will help you do this. And the Knitting Pretty Knitting Kit will help you perfect this method and give you top-of-the-line materials to work with. So let me tell you what you get in the kit. In fact, I'm going to show you. So everything comes priority mail, and it's very nicely packed, very carefully packed. And then we pull out an, it's a Knitting Channel tote bag. Now, the first thing you get is Knitting Pretty Volume 1, DVD number 1. Now this will show you step by step how to hold your yarn like I showed you and your needles, and how to glide your hands rhythmically with less effort and less time. Now, you're not gripping your needles and you're not throwing your yarn. As you saw, your hands stay relaxed and the needle knows how much yarn to pick up to make a perfect stitch. So your projects will look handmade, not homemade. Then you get 3 skeins of the yarn of your choice. In this kit, we have lavender. And you have your choice of lavender, camel, denim, or cabernet. And you get 3 skeins of this. Now, this is the finest extra fine merino yarn, 100% merino yarn, made from mills in Italy. It is so soft. It's so soft, it feels good on your body, and it feels great going through your hands and through your fingers, because that will happen over and over again. So you always want to use something that feels great. Then you get these wonderful Takumi velvet bamboo knitting needles. These knitting needles are 9 inches long, which is the perfect length for your scarf. And you're going to find that you're going to use these a lot for many of your projects. Now, these needles are the finest bamboo needles out there. They are so smooth. They are velvety smooth. So they feel great in your hand. Your yarn glides. It doesn't catch the yarn. It glides beautifully. And they're light because you're holding them for a long time in your hands. They're very light and they feel great. Then you get a row counter. Now this way you don't have to stop and pick up a pen and paper and jot down what row you're on. All you have to do is click and you will know exactly where you are. You get point protectors. Now these fit on the end of your needle so your stitches don't fall off when you put your work down and you stop the project for the day, or maybe you go run an errand. And you get 2 pairs of these, and they're this pretty purple, so you'll always be able to find them. Then we get a pair of darning needles. You're going to need darning needles for when you're done and you weave your ends in, and then when you start doing sweaters, and you will be doing sweaters, you'll use this to sew your seams. Now what I love about these are the tips are bent, and this way it's much easier to pick up the fabric as you go along, and then the case is clear so you'll always see where your needles are. Then you get a scarf pattern because you're going to be making a scarf. DVD has a pattern that I actually knit with you. I start off as your knitting coach right away. So here's the pattern. There's the DVD and everything you get in the kit, including this wonderful tote bag, which as you see is nice and big, so it could keep a lot of your things, or you can bring it for when you shop. Now, if you bought all of these things individually, it would cost you $95.55. But I want you to learn this method, and I want you to get started with the best materials available. So we're offering this kit for just $59.95. That's almost half price, because I'm so certain that once you start using the Knitting Pretty method, you'll be knitting faster and better, and creating more hats and scarves and blankets and even sweaters in less time, with less effort than ever before. But you know, everybody's different. And if you find that for any reason this method doesn't work for you, just send me back the kit, but keep the DVD as our gift to you for trying the Knitting Pretty method, and I will give you all of your money back. So go ahead and click the button just right below this video, and we'll send you your kit right away. Thank you so much for watching, and keep knitting with an open heart.